Alright, today we're going to talk about how to burn belly fat as fast as possible. This is a topic I get questions about constantly, and for good reason. That stubborn belly fat can be incredibly frustrating. Many of you are looking for straightforward, effective methods, and that's exactly what we're diving into. This video is for beginners, and I'll show you the basics of how to do it. But there are some very important details you need to know. Details that often get missed in generic advice, which can make all the difference between success and spinning your wheels. I'm going to share 5 essential and practical tips. You won't easily find them in books or standard diet plans. I've discovered these through years of experience working with many people, observing what truly works and what common pitfalls lead to discouragement. These aren't just theories, they are field-tested strategies. We're going to cut through the noise and focus on what delivers real results, especially when it comes to that visceral fat around your midsection, which is often the most dangerous and the most stubborn. I'll break them down and keep it very simple because so many people get overwhelmed with all the details about keto or other fat loss strategies, and they end up giving up before they even see significant progress. My goal here is to empower you with clarity and a clear path forward. So let me walk you through the 5 most important things to focus on, so you can be successful from the start and avoid the plateau where many get stuck and can't move forward. Let's get you on the path to a leaner, healthier you. The cornerstone of burning belly fat revolves around one key hormone, insulin. If your insulin levels are high, your body is in fat storage mode. Lowering insulin is crucial. High insulin tells cells to store glucose as fat. Excess glucose becomes fat. High insulin blocks fat release. Reduce carbs to lower insulin. Refined carbs spike insulin. Lowering these spikes reduces insulin. Low insulin shifts metabolism. Your body uses stored fat. Fat cells release fatty acids. These become ketones. Ketones fuel your body. This state is ketosis. Ketosis enhances fat burning. Ketones are efficient fuel. People feel more energetic. Ketones indicate fat breakdown. Ketosis means enhanced fat oxidation. More ketones, more fat burning. A ketogenic diet is effective for fat loss. Lowering insulin is key. Now that we understand the importance of lowering insulin, let's talk about carbohydrates. Many people get bogged down by meticulously counting every single gram of carbohydrate. This can be overwhelming and often leads to giving up. Instead of tracking all your carbs, focus on eating leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables. These foods are rich in fiber, water, and very low in net carbohydrates. Think spinach, kale, romaine lettuce, arugula, cucumbers, celery, bell peppers, and radishes. Aim to eat at least 7 cups of salad per day. This might sound like a lot, but it's crucial for several reasons. Use a salad cutter or a mezzaluna knife to make it manageable. Pile your greens into a large bowl and chop them down significantly. This wilts them slightly and makes a large volume easier to consume. Add things like feta cheese, olives, olive oil, or a good quality vinaigrette. Be careful with store-bought dressings. Many are loaded with hidden sugars and undesirable ingredients. Check the label and ensure your dressing has 1 gram of carbs per serving or less. Why eat this much salad? The benefits are immense. These vegetables are powerhouses of essential nutrients. They provide significant amounts of potassium and magnesium. They are also packed with vitamin C, vitamin K1, folic acid, and phytonutrients. Consuming these nutrients through whole foods helps prevent common keto issues. This includes leg cramps, fatigue, and the dreaded keto flu. Chapter 3. Protein is an essential macronutrient, crucial for muscle maintenance, satiety, and various bodily functions. When you're aiming to burn belly fat and lower insulin, getting enough protein is important, but the of protein and what comes with it matters significantly. Many people mistakenly opt for very lean protein sources, thinking this is healthier or better for fat loss, but in the context of a ketogenic approach, this can sometimes be counterproductive. Let's start with portion sizes. A good general guideline is to aim for a portion of protein about the size and thickness of your palm at each meal. This is a starting point, of course. If you're younger, more physically active, or have more muscle mass to support, you might need a bit more. Conversely, if you're older, less active, or smaller in stature, you might find that a slightly smaller portion is adequate. Listen to your body's hunger and satiety cues. The key distinction I want to emphasize is to avoid overly lean meats and instead choose cuts of protein that naturally contain more fat. We are trying to keep insulin low, and while protein does elicit an insulin response, though typically less than carbohydrates, very lean protein, especially in large quantities without accompanying fat, can sometimes cause a more significant insulin spike than desired. Fat, on the other hand, has a minimal impact on insulin. So, what kind of fatty cuts should you be looking for? Think of things like fatty ground beef, for example 70-30 or 80-20. Salmon, especially wild-caught, which is rich in omega-3s. Sardines, another omega-3 powerhouse. Chicken thighs or drumsticks with the skin on, as opposed to skinless chicken breast. Pork shoulder or pork belly. And fattier steak cuts like ribeye or New York strip with the fat left on. These protein sources come naturally packaged with fat, which not only provides flavor and enhances satiety, but also helps to buffer the insulin response from the protein. Chapter 4. Fat is a critical component of a ketogenic diet, but how you incorporate it needs strategy. Initially, eat more healthy fats to stay full and manage cravings. This helps transition into intermittent fasting. Great sources include avocados, nuts, olive oil, and butter. These fats provide energy and essential nutrients. Don't fear healthy fats. They aid your journey. Intermittent fasting accelerates fat loss and improves insulin sensitivity. Start by gradually delaying breakfast until you skip it. Aim for an 18-hour fasting window and a 6-hour eating window. Eventually, you might progress to OMAD if it suits you. A very important principle here is Chapter 5. When you're on a ketogenic diet and often practicing intermittent fasting, you're typically eating fewer meals. While this is great for fat loss and insulin sensitivity, it also means there are fewer opportunities to get all the essential vitamins and minerals your body needs. Furthermore, the metabolic state of ketosis itself can increase the requirements for certain nutrients. Therefore, preventing nutrient deficiencies is absolutely crucial for long-term success, health, and feeling your best. One group of vitamins that deserves special attention is B vitamins. These are vital for energy metabolism, nerve function, and many other cellular processes. A fantastic whole food source of B vitamins, particularly the natural, non-synthetic forms, is nutritional yeast. Look for unfortified nutritional yeast to avoid synthetic folic acid, and aim for a tablespoon or two daily. You can sprinkle it on your salads or other foods. It has a cheesy, nutty flavor. Next up are electrolytes, and these are critically important, especially during the initial phases of keto. The main ones to focus on are potassium, magnesium, and sodium, salt. When you cut carbs, your body tends to excrete more water, and along with that water, you lose electrolytes. This imbalance is a primary cause of the keto flu, fatigue, muscle cramps, and headaches. Potassium is abundant in those large salads we talked about. Leafy greens, avocados, and even some nuts are good sources. Aiming for those 7 to 10 cups of salad daily will go a long way in meeting your potassium needs. So there you have it. 5 fundamental tips to help you start burning belly fat effectively. If you consistently implement these 5 basic things, focusing on lowering insulin, strategically eating no-count carbs via salads, choosing fatty proteins, managing your healthy fat intake wisely, and ensuring you prevent nutrient deficiencies, you'll see great results. But remember, everyone's body is a bit different, and the journey is an experiment of one. The key is to pay attention to how your body responds. If it's working, if you're losing inches, feeling more energetic, and your cravings are gone, don't change anything. Keep doing what you're doing. However, if it's not working, or if you hit a plateau after initial success, then it's time to change something. Don't get discouraged. A plateau is just a signal to adjust your approach. I have tons of videos on what to change when you hit a plateau, covering various tweaks you can make. Perhaps the most important mindset shift I can leave you with is this. You don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy first, then the weight comes off as a natural consequence. When your body is functioning optimally, when your hormones are balanced, and when you're properly nourished, fat loss becomes a much more effortless process. That's why I always emphasize the healthy version of ketosis, one that prioritizes nutrient density and overall well-being, not just carb restriction. To make it super easy for you to get started on this path, I have created a short playlist with step 1, 2, and 3 that you should watch next. Check it out, get started today, and don't forget to send me your success story. I love hearing about your progress.